Welcome to the Journal of Gospel Music. We've got 2103, Evan Martin and Torrance Green. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
All right, thank you. And you're in Detroit today?
Yes, we are.
So it's as cold in Detroit as it is in Chicago, maybe more.
Yes, it is negative degrees.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is colder than Chicago. We are at 5.
Okay. It's frozen here.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us on the Journal of Gospel Music. I know you're both from Detroit originally. And what churches did you attend growing up?
This is Torrance. I've gone to Greater Grace Temple of the Apostolic Faith my entire life. Bishop Charles H. Ellis III.
Oh, sure.
This is Evan. I grew up in two churches, actually. One church was called New Creation Christian Center, and the second one was called Straight Gate International Church with Bishop Andrew Mayer.
Yeah, so you both attended quite popular churches. So what inspired both of you to attend that audition that Pajam held for what is now 2103?
Well, this is Torrance. I grew up in church, like I said, at Greater Grace Temple. I was a part of almost every auxiliary at the church. The karate ministry, the mime ministry, the puppet ministry.
Basketball.
We had every ministry you could think of. And I was in the choir ministry and all that. So, I mean, I've always wanted to be a singer since I was about 5. So, you know, I would always be singing around the house and things like that. So, I actually went to middle school with Pierre Sheard, Cantor Sheard's daughter, and a few other people, Adrian Jones, one of the commission, me and his daughter. And I remember being in the hallway, and I was singing, and Kiera came around the corner. She was like, "You singing? You can sing? I didn't know you could sing." And that's kind of how everybody in middle school found out I could sing. So, ever since then, I've been trying to, do the music industry thing, but it wasn't quite working. I kind of stopped for a minute. I gave up on the dream, but Christy Burchett, which was the secretary of Pajam at that time, she went to our church, and also Walter Kearney of Pajam, he goes to our church, and she was like, "You should come to an audition that we're having for Pajam," because she heard me sing in the choir that Sunday, and she was like, "You should calm down." I was like, "Okay, I guess, I don't know, I'd never heard of Pajam or J. Moss, but I was like, I'll just go and just check it out." So that's kind of what got me started.
And how about you, Evan?
Yeah.
Well, like Torrance, I've been singing, for most of my life. My mom said I could sing before I could talk, actually. But my story's a little different. I wasn't trying to be a singer. I grew up in a household where singing was something extracurricular. So it was like, yeah, you can sing. That's nice, but you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a dentist. I thought that I was going to be a dentist since I was 5 or 6. So I was in my freshman year at Michigan State University. I was up there. I'm pre-dental. I'm in organic chemistry and Calc 2, and I just felt like that wasn't my purpose. I was very distracted in the classes, and so I would sing at at church and things like that, but I just felt like I was supposed to do something different. So I started to pray about purpose and gifting and calling and how God wanted to use that. So He kind of directed me. He told me He wanted me to serve more in my home church, which is Straight Gate Church. So, but I was like, Lord, I am an hour and a half away from my home church in the middle of Michigan. And He was like, just be faithful. So I started driving down to Detroit 3 times a week from school to sing at church on Sunday mornings and then have rehearsals and lead worship in the youth department. And so as I was doing that, Paul Allen of Pajam, he went to my church, but I didn't know who Pajam was either, and I didn't know, that he went there. So his wife said, hey, she caught me in the parking lot after Bible study one midweek service, and she said, hey, come here with me real quick. So she asked me to come over to this car, and in the car was Paul Allen, who I now know as Paul Allen. She said, you have 30 seconds. Sing the best song you can sing. So I sang a song. And he asked me, you ever thought about being in a group? I said, nope. He said, would you be in a group? I said, I don't know. So he asked me to come to audition, and the rest is history.
Wow, and I know you all beat out quite a few people, hundreds maybe, to get to work.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Wow.
We sure did.
So talk about that entertainment boot camp that they put you through once you were part of the group.
Oh, this is Torrance. That boot camp actually was in parts. We had a spiritual boot camp, a media boot camp, a physical boot camp. It was just the whole old school Motown, just grassroots artist development. Yeah, doing that physical is part of it. It was definitely intense. We had to sing on football while running on football fields. I remember Jarrell being a part of the group at that time. Mm-hmm. I remember he was running on the field. And he threw up. He threw up while singing. It's pretty intense, you know. So, you know, we have to do dance and sing while on stage. So that's the prep. You know, it preps you for that. Yeah. And, you know, it's just it was awesome. Actually, we still are a part of it to this day. We still going through boot camp.
Sure, I suppose. And Evan, is Pajam still very much a part of what you all do today?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Pajam they are covering, you know. Mm-hmm. They have groomed us and brought us up in the industry. You know, when we started, we were boys, and now we're men. So it's more of a partnership, more so now than it, you know, in the beginning it was like they were the shepherds and we were the sheep, you know, and now it's just, you know, we're all shepherds and we're all have the common goal of kingdom building and putting out great music for everyone to enjoy. So, yes, they produced the new album, which is coming out March 24th. The album is called Outsiders. It's an EP, and it's our fourth one. So we've been with them for all of our albums, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Great. And to stay with you, Evan, now I understand right after the group launched, you lost both your parents.
Yes, yeah. It was, so our album came out, our first album came out in the summer of 2006. And then that fall, my mother passed. She passed of MS, which is multiple sclerosis. It was just, I mean, to be quite honest, it was very tragic. You know, no one expects their mother to, I just watched her deteriorate at a really fast rate, you know. Yeah. One day she was fine, and, you know, a month later she was gone. And 18 months after that, my father, he was diagnosed with brain cancer, and then he passed around the time of the second album. So, you know, that whole, sometimes I think back during that time, and it's a blur. You know, you have those, you know, you have your mountaintop moments in your faith journey, and, you know, we were traveling, we were on tour with Yolanda Adams and Jay Moss, we won the Stellar Award, we got nominated for a Grammy, but in the midst of all that was that personal turmoil, that personal valley. And so in this next go round, I'm making it a point to cherish it and appreciate it, and to just remember how it feels to be able to use your gift to uplift and inspire people. And in that process, that's how I learned that music was healing, that it was cathartic, because it was the songs, the hymns, the spiritual songs, that helped get me through, because without that and my support system, I wouldn't be here today, because I was quite literally devastated.
Yeah. And Torrance, how did the group help Evan through that time period?
I mean, it was definitely, you know, calls and being there for him in just any way you could. I mean, it took faith on all of our part. You know, that's when faith really kicks in, to just know that God got your back, know that everything's going to be okay. And, you know, you find strength and comfort in the Word. You know, you go to church and you try to continue on with life. You know, there's a time for mourning, there's a time for happiness, there's a time to be mad and glad. So, you know, he had that moment where it was just time to just, you know, to mourn. But the important key is to just not stay there. You know, you got to get up and continue with life. So.
Well, to that aspect of happiness, what has been the high point of 2103's careers thus far?
Oh, wow. I could remember a few. I remember the Stellar Award. We were nominated for a Stellar Award off of our first album, Pajam Presents 2103. And that same year, we tell the story a lot, but that same year, Grand Challenge was also nominated for its first Stellar Award after being in the industry for so long. So, you know, it's amazing, and it's humbling, you know, to have that opportunity so soon in the game. So that was one big height. Also, being on the Celebration of Gospel, BET Celebration of Gospel. I believe that was 2008 or 2009.
Nine.
Yeah, 2009. That was an awesome experience. So,
for me, this is Evan. I would say when we started traveling internationally consistently, you know, a couple of years ago we were invited to go sing in Milan and Navarra in Italy.
Oh, wow.
And it was a gospel fest. To see how your music can translate just cross-culturally, you know, on the other side of the world, and to just be, you know, two young kids from urban area of Detroit and then be in Milan and just seeing the world and seeing what you see on the History Channel and, you know, the Discovery Channel, and just having the opportunity to minister in there. They might not know English that well, but that the name of Jesus just translate, you know, that joy translate. And they were dancing with us and singing with us and praising with us. That would definitely be a career high, a high point for me.
Oh. Well, now you've got Brand New Day. It was our pick of the week on the Journal of Gospel Music for January 12th.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was awesome. We enjoyed it. And tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that song.
Okay, this is Evan. Brand New Day. Brand New Day was one of those songs where the music came first. So when I heard the track, it just made me feel happy and joyful. And I thought about skating, and I just thought about, I don't know, like the sun. It kind of felt like spring to me. And so when I was writing it, I was just thinking about, you know, how sometimes in our faith we have, like you said, we have those valley moments, those dark moments, but it takes faith and it takes endurance and perseverance to make a conscious decision to not let those things hinder you or disturb you. You know, the song says, this week is trying my patience and my faith, and I'm trying hard to keep striving. But it's a brand new day. Like, it's gonna be a good morning. I'm gonna proclaim it. I'm gonna take back, you know, every negative thought. I'm gonna bring it under subjection, and I'm gonna say that this is the day that the Lord has made. And so that's really where it came from. It's a declaration. Even if you don't feel like your brand new day or your new start is on the horizon, like, you celebrate it anyway because it is. It gets better. Life gets better. So that's where Brand New Day came from.
Oh, cool, yeah. And people really enjoy songs that are uplifting.
Anybody ever feel like starting over? Yes, I guess. Look at today like it's a new day. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. This week is trying my patience and my faith. I'm trying hard to keep smiling along the way. I'm thanking God for the rising of the sun. Brand new mercies afforded by the break of dawn. Gonna be a real good morning. Got my angels going before me. Gonna be a real good morning. I'm declaring it. Gonna be a real good morning. Got my angels going before me. Gonna be a real good morning. I'm declaring it. I'm proclaiming it. In the morning, so I'm taking mine, never negating my blessings. His glory's gonna shine, forgetting stuff that's behind me, so I let it go. I got His favor on me. This one thing gonna be a real good morning. Got my angels going before me. Gonna be a real good morning. I'm declaring it. Gonna be a real good morning. Got my angels going before me. Gonna be a real good morning. I'm declaring it. Proclaiming it. It's a new day. Yeah. It's a brand new day. A brand new day. It's a brand new day. A brand
So tell us about the new album, Outsiders.
This is Torrance. We wanted to come up with a concept that everybody could identify with. And in this campaign of Outsiders, we're just challenging everybody to love who they are as an individual. You know, don't take those things that make you an individual, or, you know, some people may call them flaws, but those are things that make you unique. So learn to love them, learn to love yourself. And being an outsider is not a bad thing. You know, it could be a good thing, especially being an outsider in Christ, you know, being the salt of the earth, being set apart. That's what we challenge you to do.
And to piggyback off of that, so, you know, that's the natural meaning. You know, in the spiritual side, we are all technically outsiders. You know, if we identify with Christ in his birth, his life, his death, burial, and resurrection, just by that nature, in John 17, it tells us that we are to be in the world but not of it. And, you know, just like Jesus was in Jesus' place, that we are not overcome by the evil one. And so, just as a believer, you know, we're walking around in a place that's not our home. You know, there should be something different about you. There should be a light. There should be a glow that even if you try to hide it, you know, that light just continues to shine. So as believers, we're all outsiders, and even in that regard, with our music, you know, as 2103, we've always strived to be different. You know, we've always been different especially in our live presentation. You know, people see us and we're just kind of trendy. We don't really, you know, in some ways we've never fit. Like, you know, we're too out of the box, if you will, for the most sacred parts of the church. And then when we're in secular avenues or venues, it's like, hey, those are the gospel boys. Those are, you know, our music is sacred. So it's like we've never really fit. And so we're outsiders. And sonically, the music isn't like anybody else in our genre. There's not really anyone else who does what we do. And so we've been blessed to do it for 12 years now. And we're just really, this album is like our coming of age album. Like we're, you know, the last album we were evolving into the men, and now we're here. We know who we are. We know what we're called to. We know what our mission is. We know what we're supposed to be. So we're just walking bold in, and we're saying we're outsiders. And so are all of you.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever happened to Jarrell Quinn?
Jarrell decided...
We beat him up. That's what happened.
That's what it was. You could only have two in the group, and somebody had to go, right?
Exactly. We said, it's not no more room, no. There's no more room in the end, no. Jarrell decided to take a different career path. You know, he moved to L.A., and he wanted to pursue acting. You know,
okay.
He's quite a character, if you know him. So he's a man of many voices. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up on, like, Saturday Night Live or something. So he just felt like he wanted to go a different direction. And Torrance and I being original members, Jarrell was actually a replacement for another member. We decided to keep going because we've been here since the beginning. And, yeah, it's just the two of us, and it works like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, that's great. No, it certainly sounds that way. And so, but congratulations. The album comes out, is it February 24th or March 24th?
March 24th.
March 24th.
Pre-order goes up next Tuesday, February 24th. So you can pre-order it on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, other digital outlets. But it actually comes out March 24th.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Evan Torrance, for being with us on Journal of Gospel Music. Best wishes to you in 2103 for more things to come.
Thank you for having me.